Before we get into the video, I wanted to share with you a tool that David and I have been using in our businesses to bring more profits. It's getting harder and harder to sell on Amazon. If you're selling on Amazon, you have to have a competitive edge. We use a tool called Eva.Guru. It has dashboard reporting, inventory management, replenishment forecasting, profitability reports, reimbursements, and my favorite tool, dynamic pricing. It adjusts prices, it increases profitability. David and I have used this tool to save thousands of dollars to the bottom line. There's a special 50% off your first month. Coupon code FIRINGDEMAND50. Go on over to Eva.Guru and enter in FIRINGDEMAND50 to get 50% off your first month. Bring that money in. Profits, baby. All right, on to the video.
Continuing on the discussion of IPI, we have a particular account that has over 300 SKUs, and managing inventory can be a nightmare. We are constantly going out of stock on products, which then hurts our IPI. And so is this something that Eva can help out with?
The answer is yes, and there are a couple of things that maybe, to mention here about Eva. Again, we talked about the inventory management and the relation of the inventory to price, as well as the profit. So one thing here, very important, between advertising, pricing, and inventory is if the inventory is low, you may want to act totally different than if you have inventory, right? And there are two things there. Number one, if your inventory is low, probably you don't want to spend too much money on advertising. You want to fine-tune your advertising because you don't have enough stock. Why should you spend all the money in advertising? So this is also important. The second area is if you continue to sell with the same sales velocity, you may be in an out-of-stock situation, maybe in a couple of days. So what we build is something called inventory protection. And typically that inventory protection is a parameter that the sellers set as 7 days, but it can be changed. The default is 7. And based on that inventory protection, if you have 7 days, let's say 7 is selected, right? If you have 7 days of stock left, then the prices will gradually increase. As the prices are increasing, two things will happen. Number one, the velocity will go down, which will delay the out of stock. And number two, you're going to make more money because you're maximizing the profit. Now, another great example, and this, Q4 is coming, right? Soon or later, in the next 6 months. During the Q4, for most of the sellers, it's a guess. They, send all the stuff to FBA, all the products to FBA, but they don't know if it sells a lot. And if there is a protection parameter, let's say, if the 20 days is selected, if there's 20 days of stock, and if you start gradually increasing the price, we have seen 20 to 30% profit increase during the Q4 by using the inventory protection on Eva and increase the price automatically every day to delay the out of stock. Now, the other way to delay the out of stock is always to know what you can replenish, right? And what's the right time, which product to replenish. Now, Eva is providing a one-click simulation of the replenishment. For example, here for a number of products, Eva is telling you about what is available, what is in transit, or what is inbound. And I can easily go and do a one-click simulation. And based on that simulation, the system will tell me how much money is required, and for every single unit, what should be the best way to replenish. A similar tool exists within Amazon, but for many reasons, we very much believe that this replenishment tool that I'm showing you will give you a much better, much accurate result. As we know, the sales velocity, but also the biggest difference with Eva is because we know the cost, we also know the ROI and the margin. So the replenishment forecasting is done based on the sales velocity, but also incorporating the ROI and margin into the equation, not just the sales velocity, but also the out of stock days as well. So that's kind of a very easy way to create a replenishment forecast every week as well.
Thanks for watching this video. If you got some value out of this, would you please hit the like and subscribe button? This is a free way to support the show, and it really helps us build our audience.